What's going on, guys? Mike here, the Detroit Borg, with the very first set of Beats headphones I've ever reviewed. So these are the BeatsX. Now these are the most affordable Beats headphones currently available at $149 and are cheaper than the AirPods, but have some of the same technology built into them. They also offer better onboard battery life in addition to better sound quality thanks to better noise isolation. So these are available in 4 colors. I went with white, but these are also available in black, blue, and gray. So getting to the unboxing, very nice packaging here. We do have a tab along the bottom that we can pull off. And once we do that, we can go ahead and lift up the plastic clear lid. First thing we'll see here is the headphones, which are very nicely lined up inside this cardboard tray. But of course, once you take them out, good luck getting them back in. But again, very nicely presented here. Now, before we get to the headphones, let's get to all of the included accessories. And of course, there's quite a bit going on here. So on the front, we'll see all of the ear tips that are available in addition to the wings, and they're available in 2 sizes. Along the back, we'll find our carrying case and the charging cable. Now, the carrying case is pretty simple here. It's just enough to protect the headphones. It won't necessarily keep everything in here because it's an open case. It doesn't zip up or anything like that. But once you stuff the headphones in there, they're nice and protected, so you don't have to worry about the ear gel sort of pulling off in your pocket. Also included is a very short USB to Lightning cable for charging the headphones. Now this does feature fast fuel, which means 5 minutes of charge delivers 2 hours of playback. But for full charge, it takes about 45 minutes and that delivers about 8 hours of continuous playback, which is pretty good for Bluetooth headphones. Flipping this around again, we'll find 3 sizes of gels you can use. I find that the ones that came installed work perfect for my ear, so I never had to use these, but you also get some wing tips. We have large and small, and the large ones is what I had to use for my ears. We also get some paperwork, and it shouldn't come as any surprise that Apple Music is featured here, so you do get a 3-month promotion code. We also get a quick start guide, a Beats sticker, and some regulatory and warranty info. So taking a close look at the design of these headphones, we have these 2 modules at either end of the neck strap. So we have one with the power button and the other one with the lightning connector for recharging the internal battery. Now the neck strap that goes around the back of your neck is a thicker cable. It is very nicely padded, so it feels very comfortable on your neck, but over time, especially if you're sweating, you're going to find this to be a little irritating to be against your skin. At least I did. Now each ribbon does have an indicator of what's left and right, but the easiest way to understand this is that the remote controller is supposed to be on your left. Now when it comes to pairing these to your iPhone, it couldn't be simpler. All you have to do is turn them on by pressing the power button. You have to tap and hold until this boots up, and then you'll see the pop-up appear, and all you have to do is agree to it. So once you're paired, you're good to go. You can start using your headphones right away. And of course, the great thing here is that we do get a battery indicator within the battery widget. So the battery indicator tells us what the charge status is of the headphones and how much charge we have remaining. Incidentally, the icon itself also reflects the Beats design, which is kind of a nice touch. And of course, just like other W1 devices, once you pair these headphones to one device, they're synced to all of your devices via iCloud, so you don't have to repeat this again. Now, unlike AirPods, these do not have proximity sensors within the earphones, so when you take them in and out, they don't automatically pause playback or disconnect or power off. You actually have to tap and hold the power button to turn them off or switch to another audio source. Now, pairing this to other devices is pretty simple. All I have to do is enter pairing mode by tapping and holding the power button until it starts blinking white. And then you can go to your Bluetooth settings and find the device you want to connect. So when it comes to using these, they're actually very comfortable. It does take a minute to figure out how you want to lay this wire across your neck. Once you get in the right place, these weights sort of keep it in place and also make sure that the wires aren't rubbing against your shirt, which transmits a lot of noise into the headphones. I will say for me that I definitely need these wings for the headphones, otherwise they just sort of fall out pretty easily, especially with the weight of the wires. So if you're moving this around at all and you don't use these wings to sort of brace them into your ear, they just pop out easily. Now for me, one of the biggest advantages of these headphones is the inline remote controller microphone, a feature that is missing from the AirPods. So of course, with the AirPods, you have to use that tap feature, which I've never liked. It doesn't work reliably and it's very limited. It's either bringing up Siri or answering a phone call, or you can program it to do other things like pausing music. But for the most part, this is a traditional controller. You have volume up, volume down, and you have shoulder controls with a single click, triple click, and etc. So all of that is there. Everything you're used to having is there. But of course you have all these wires hanging around, which the AirPods eliminate. But of course the biggest issue with the AirPods is that they're not sound isolating. So you can hear everything around you, which is useful in some situations. You don't want to be completely blocked out so you can hear people talking to you or whatever. But this is definitely better for sound quality. So if you want to enjoy your music, these are the ones to take. And if you're going to go cut the grass or vacuum or whatever you're gonna do that is noisy and you wanna be able to hear your music or talk to somebody or whatever, these are the ones you want. Another really nice touch to these headphones is that they're magnetic, so they do snap together and stay together. So when they're around your neck, they sort of act as a loop that prevents them from being pulled off. It also keeps everything nice and tidy so they're not swinging around and won't swing across your shoulder and then just fall off. So it's kind of a nice way of keeping them in place while having them at the ready so you can put them back in your ear when you want to use them. Well, there's a whole vocabulary to communicating what headphones sound like, but since I don't really do headphone reviews, for the most part, all I can say is that they do sound very clear and crisp. They sound surprisingly open for in-ear style headphones, and they do have a warmth or richness to them. So they do have that bass that a lot of people expect out of Beats products, but they're by no means overwhelming. So I'm pretty impressed overall with the sound profile, and they're definitely not what I expected from Beats headphones. You get that punch when you need it, but it doesn't drown out everything else. So when it comes to battery life, on the full charge, they last about 8 hours, which is better than the 5 hours or less than that I was actually getting with the AirPods. But of course, the AirPods have a charging case, which means you can extend battery life considerably beyond 8 hours. But personally, I think I prefer the 8 hours of uninterrupted listening time as opposed to having to recharge them every 4 or 5 hours. So in the end, I really like these headphones. I can definitely highly recommend these. Their fit is comfortable, they sound fantastic, the design is clever, and they're easy to use, especially with iOS and macOS devices. So although these are much bulkier and not quite as slick as the AirPods, I definitely prefer them for sound quality and their overall robustness and ease of use. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this look at the BeatsX. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and I'll see you again in the next video.